Hello, everyone, and welcome back to From the Banking.
Today, it's me and Amber. We haven't got the guest. And anyways, we're going to talk to you today about just much over the weekend that's just been gone. So that'd be, what weekend's that, Amber? Enlighten me.
Looking at the calendar,
So I have no idea, Aaron.
25th of July.
There we go, that weekend. So it's coming out on the 31st of July, no, 1st of August. So a bit of a weekend. That's cool.
We know dates and things, just not
Yeah,
very well.
to an extent. So, over that weekend, we had quite a bit of motorsport. So we've had the Formula 1 Grand Prix at the Hungaroring,
Well done.
the British Touring Championship at Thruxton, along with British F4, the Mini 7 Championship, and the other mini championship isn't JCWs, which I don't know the name of, probably, but I didn't know it wasn't it, so there you go, easy enough.
Did we have Formula 4s?
Yeah, they were Formula 4s, yeah.
Thought there was Porsche Mini Miglias, whatever the other one is, and whatever
The Mini 7 Championship.
Mini 7, and so yeah, must have been Formula 4.
Yeah, British F4. Did you not see the two massive crashes they almost had?
No.
Right, we'll start there then, people. Obviously,
Okay.
it's not amazing. So, obviously, crashes aren't amazing, just a record. British F4
The drivers were
Thruxton.
fine. I assume.
Yes, somehow. So the main one, which I'm going to talk
Don't
about,
like that word.
yeah, there's going to be a lot of somehow in this podcast, all right? So, first of all, but a big one, I think it was after church, had a car spin off and come back to circuit in the middle of the track, sideways. Obviously not a good place to be. And all the drivers were behaving themselves and were alert, so thankfully he got hit, but only hit the rear, so not a straight hand on impact. So both drivers were quite shaken up, but they got the car fine. And there was a second one involving Dries Van Langer. You got quite a few guys over the weekend, actually. He did have a great weekend.
Jesus.
Can I just say, if that pronunciation was right, I'm elite at this, Ben, right? I'm brilliant. Dries Van Langer, thank you,
Considering all I heard was Dries Van Langen. Yes.
Yeah, alright, I'm close enough, okay? Yes, he'd got a whole weekend in British F4 as well, but he still leads championship going into the, okay, what was it? Crafts they get next.
Yep. We have got Clatterums instead.
Yes, we've got Clatterums. And obviously Scottish Legends as well, replacing the Porsche Carrera Cup. And we've got Porsche Sprint GC4s as well, coming up along with, obviously, the big boys, the British Touring Car Championship. Which should be quite a good weekend.
I prefer Porsche Sprint Challenge to Porsche Carrera Cup because, not that it's because it's shorter, mainly because it is shorter, but in Carrera Cup, what tended to happen, at least especially around Knockhill, because it's like 20 million laps.
Mm-hmm.
They used to like 32 laps. They would sort of split off into groups, or sometimes it would just be one car, one car, one car, one car, and there was no real sort of overtaking or moves.
Carreras are quite hard to race or not kill, to be fair. It's not an easy car to race or in the track. But you look at the Porsche Sprint, and they're GC4 cars as well, so they're much easier to race. Just in general, they're easier to race, and they're easier to race around Knockhill. So we should have a good weekend of racing. On which, talk about the touring cars first. It's quite interesting, actually, as well. Let's swap it there. If you look at the package we've got compared to Thruxton, the only series that's going to be here, as well as it was at Thruxton, is going to be the touring cars.
Wow.
The we get mini JCWs, but the minis they had at Thruxton aren't the same. They aren't JCWs. And obviously, Mini 7s aren't coming out.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting to look at it. I believe a British F4 either, and there was no Porsches at Thruxton. So it was
I really like what TOCA, which are the organisers of touring cars, have done this year with the schedules. Obviously, they've got to bring British touring cars to whatever round, but they've switched up the support series, and obviously they've put Scottish Legends on rather than National Legends like they did last year before. They've gotten rid of Porsche, and they've got rid of Porsche Carrera Cup because it's boring, or at least Knockhill. And I really enjoyed that because you're seeing something different every single week. Yeah, you'll still potentially have, from one round to the next, you'll still have Formula 4 or Porsche Sprint Challenge or whatever. Giving screen time, airtime, and track time to different championships is incredible, especially on such a big package that's now shown across the world. So I really do appreciate it. And, I've found that I do really enjoy mini racing in pretty much every form.
Yeah, mini racing, brilliant. Like, I think
God,
minis
yeah.
is the one car you can probably take to any track in the world and they have a good race.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're just minis, they race well. I'll get onto what Amber said there about the Scottish Legends as well. Getting their broadcasting plan as well, because we'll get onto that later on. That's close to second segment. We're going to sort of split it into talk to you about the weekend about as well, and talking to you about something else later on. Wait, you got to wait till now about the podcast, about half an hour in, we'll say. So, we'll actually go to what happened in Turkey weekend. I've got to log my brain now because I was at Knockhill and it was sat on the big screen and Mark was at what I was sat all weekend. Which is, I'll talk about Knockhill and bikes as well, where I can. So, we started with touring cars, obviously. And race one, what happened? I can't honestly remember that much.
It was won from pole by the king of Thruxton. The king of Thruxton, Josh Cook.
I'll be honest, that race had me thinking that Josh Cook's going to win every single race this weekend because probably could have.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Tom Ingram and Dan Camish. That little incident. So,
that thing.
That's quite interesting. I'll be honest, it wasn't a massive incident, but it definitely had its consequences in the grand scheme of it, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, for those that see, going around the outside of church, Tom is overtaken by Dan, going down the inside of him. And when they come out the corner, Dan Cam, I think the only word to say, shoves Tingram off the track and makes him drop quite a few places, which ends up harming Tingram's race quite a lot. He only managed to finish P5, and it sort of just ruined his weekend. Race 1 or race 2 was better, and he won race 3. So he got lucky there. But I would say, did Dan get a penalty for it?
Not that I remember.
I don't remember getting a penalty for it, which I find hard to understand.
See, the thing is, that entire weekend, and I'm choosing my words here because I know I will probably see some of them next week. That entire weekend, the stewards were being very light when it came to penalties in touring cars, because there was multiple things that probably should have had a penalty, but didn't for whatever reason. And I don't know if that's because of Thruxton, because it's so fast that really, if you get punted off, you've got no other choice than to break track limits or XYZ. Or it's just because obviously we're just coming back from the summer break and everyone's a bit rusty and everyone is just kind of having a sub leeway. They're like, they've just come back from summer break, it's fine. We'll be lenient this time, but when we come to Knockhill, we'll be back to being harsh.
So, to talk about Turkey as a whole, as we've got Scottish Round next, we've got to talk about Scottish drivers. How unlucky was Aidan Moffat this weekend?
Jeez, man.
Like, I think it was a failure in practice, and a failure in race 1, and a failure in race 3. On his Instagram story, when he got on the plane to go home, the engine failed in play as well.
Yeah.
Which is just brilliant. I saw his Instagram story for it. It's just qualifying race, like, just all issues on the road. I know the engine's broken down, F my life. It's just, brilliant. And you gotta admit, it was, ironic for Aidan. But hopefully that's bad luck out of the way, and he gets a good weekend.
But have a look. Knockhill obviously posted on Monday about how the Scottish drivers did.
Yeah.
Dexter Patterson, he had a weekend.
Yeah, it was just,
P14 in the qualifying race, P15 in race 1, P16 in race 2, and P9 in race 3. So it was a weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously, as you said, Aidan Moffat, he's 13 in the qualifying race, P14 in race 1,
I didn't find race 1 though.
P22 in race 2, and a DNF in race 3.
Yeah, so it was failure in race 2 and race 3 then. And he failed in the practice. I only had an issue with practice because he was complaining about it in the market way.
Gordon Shedden had a better weekend than his results say. So obviously, I believe it was in qualifying, his bonnet just came up.
Yeah, I remember that.
No.
Because I'm sat in the marshal that watch it, and just boom! And the bonnet comes lying up. And it's funny as well, because the recovery for Knockhill with the bikes, it's pretty much, like, the recovery is all Knockhill staff, really. So, obviously, you don't know Gordon, we just watch it, and boom, it's ideal. But yeah, so, obviously, he did all right in qualifying race, P8, was it not?
P8 in qualifying race, P22 in race 1, which is his worst result of the weekend, P10 in race 2, and DNF, and P7 in race 3. So
DNF in race 2?
No, he was P10 in race 2.
Right, okay.
You said what can be worse than that, and I went a DNF.
Might as well be a DNF.
At that point, yeah.
But with Gordon, with that race 1 incident as well, we don't actually see it on TV because it was very good timing because when race 1 started for the touring cars, all the marshals came in for lunch. So we're all sat in marshals start watching it, or it's the ones that cared about it. And there's Marshall sat like literally right in front of the TV screen watching it, and I'm sat at the table just on the right, and we see Gordon's name just in the order because we didn't actually show us what happened. We saw his name going in the order. We just looked at each other.
God's
just
sake,
the look,
man.
you know, just the look of why. Why must this happen?
And
but at the end of the day,
the new kid on the block, Lewis Gilbert.
Yes. We're actually Lewis Gilbert.
Yeah, he's an interesting one. He DNF'd in the qualifying race. He was P21 in both race 1 and race 2, and in race 3 he was P16. So overall, like for his first meeting in a 4-wheel drive car or a front wheel drive in a road car, in a touring car, isn't too bad. I've seen worse debuts from drivers who have more experience in a road style car.
Yeah, I think the worst part of the weekend for Lewis is Lewis Gilbert, isn't it? Yeah, was qualifying race.
Yeah,
because that was a very much rookie on the block type incident there.
Yeah,
Right into the back. Was it Rainford he hit?
Yep.
Under safety car restart. Now, I get Josh was very slow to get going, but it's sort of a case of you've got to be aware of what's going on at the front. Like, if people you want to hit the gas, don't try to overgun, don't try to hit the gas. Just go with the pace. You know, it's your first weekend, not to crash out, you know?
Yeah.
Luckily for him, he was fairly towards the back, so it didn't really matter much anyways.
Yeah.
But it was quite a big hit. Probably more point by that. But it was good to see race 3, you got a bit further up the order. Quite a lot of DNFs, but take what you get.
Yeah. And I think because that was his first weekend in, because he had come from GP3, which is single-seater, and for someone whose first weekend in a touring car, that's not too bad. Hope and pray that next week when it comes to Knockhill, he does a little bit better. Because that's all you can really ask for, is not, obviously, unless they're exceptional like Max Verstappen, you can't ask for wins straight away. Can't ask for top 10 straight away. What you can ask for is just moving on up each sort of...
I mean, I think Lewis is quite an interesting driver to talk about. Because when you think about it, the man, it's his first year in cars, full stop.
Yeah.
He was karting last year. And the fact he's in a touring car now, I find quite odd, to say the least. I don't really... I'd like to know how he got there and why he's gotten there, you know? Yeah,
it's
money
Aaron.
A big factor in it. But I don't want to sit here and say he's a paid driver, meh. Because for all we know, he's a really talented guy. He just needs to get going. And I hope that's the way for him, you know? But there is a lot of talk about, is he here just because of money? Which I hope isn't right. And I hope that he can be good because that car is bosh.
Oh, yeah.
But it should be interesting to see if it does. I personally hope it does well. I think the more Scots on the grid are better. Partially because of Scottish. But... you know, it should be a good weekend at Knockhill. Hopefully, he can get to Knockhill, improve a bit, and sort of get to know the home crowd. You know?
Yeah.
And,
you know, he will have the support of the home crowd and the marshals simply because, you know, he's Scottish. We know nothing about him, but we know he's Scottish, and that's all we need.
That's it, you know?
That's all we need.
So, I mean, I saw there's quite a few videos on the sign and stuff on the weekend, and he does look quite sort of, I wouldn't say happy, but sort of like, surprised at where he's at, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that people are wanting to sing the chat. I find that really funny, to be honest. But,
to be fair,
he seems like a genuine guy, you know? I hope he does well, personally. Hopefully he does do well, and we'll see if he goes.
Yeah. We want well, is he the only rookie this year, or?
No, there is, what's the name? Lauzon's Toyota. He's the new guy. Hold on, I need to figure his name out.
He's not. He raced last year, so he's not a rookie. You're talking about Ryan Bensley.
No, there's somebody else who's a rookie.
James Dorlan.
Not James Dorlan. James Dorlan's not a rookie.
Who are you thinking of then?
Ryan Bensley.
Yeah, that's who I just said, and he's technically not a rookie because he did race last year.
I don't care. They were referring to him as a rookie, alright?
He made his debut last year. He is not a rookie. I can't remember how many meetings he partook in, but...
What the fuck is going on outside my house? Sorry, cut this out. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to make sure the podcast. Yeah, man. Stop doing
So two junkies having a fight.
Kids were outside of my garden.
Children.
They're playing ding dong ditch on fucking fence doors.
People still play Ding Dong Ditch or Chappie.
Back fence door. Come on, look the front door, you pussy. Come on.
Exactly.
The temptation to go on top of shut off was like really high. They're smashing rocks against the walls now and everything. But the heat.
Go and tell your mother or your father and let them deal with it.
So
God. I'm trying to teach him how to be responsible. But the kid is 15. I'm not sending him down to deal with that. That is the adult's problem, not an Arran problem. To be fair, if it was me, I would send my dad to deal with it. I mean, my dad's down south. I would send an adultier adult to deal with it, not me. I love how I'm just yapping away to you, John, while Aaron's not here. My hair has been annoying. I hear Sarah laughing. I'm trying to work out what they're saying, but...
yeah, the one looking down the eye and the other side. Hi, Loki.
Hello, Loki, puppy.
Kids attention.
You went and scared some kids.
I didn't scare them intentionally. I was looking at what the hell they were doing, and then one kid started to outside and got out of the house. But my house is a little bit here, and there's a house here which is elevated. And I run a little bit, smashing into some shit, and went to the front door, look out to what's going on, and one of the kids showed outside of it. You can't go there. The next door neighbour's watching us. So that's right. Okay, where were we? Let's go with it.
Yes, we were yapping about touring cars.
Yeah, right. So we'll go to F1 now.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do. Because Lando won.
Fuck Lando Norris.
Hold on.
Actually, no, I'd very much like to, but... I'd very much like to. Anyway,
Oh.
The Hungarian Grand Prix was a bit interesting, to say the least. To be fair, I didn't watch it
Personally, I loved it. It was a great race, So Lando Norris wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri DNFs.
Because of Carlos Sainz.
Carlos did fuck all.
If Carlos wasn't... Listen, Carlos got blue flags. He didn't fucking listen to them.
Yeah, it's 14 blue flags or not.
Something like that. And that is what caused the issue.
Did it? What, you hit him front end and it caused an issue with the engine?
Yes.
Well, make that make sense, please.
No. I am refusing to make it a McLaren problem because that's all we fucking had all year. So I'm trying to keep my sanity by saying it's someone else's problem. Someone else causing the problem, not McLaren.
Oh, it's lovely to see favorite Darwin again. Especially since the other one's his world title, None of the times. That's like 5 World Drive Championship ones for us. Yeah, I almost killing I know. But yeah,
these Pokemon cards are really nice.
So basically, in summary, this guy, it's 2024 livery, but ignore that.
For our audio listeners, that he is holding up a 2024 Carlos Sainz livery car.
Yeah, I bought the Hot Wheels and Fun Cars today, so I'm giddy. Anyways, but yeah. So obviously, Carlos Sainz had an incident with Oscar Piastri where he was battling Fernando Alonso and caught out Hamilton. Cut to. He drifted to the left, got the way, and smashed into Oscar and shoved Oscar off the road. Which Oscar came over the radio and went, "My God, get out of the way, you effing idiots!" That was Amber, you're pardon the impression.
No, I can't do an Australian accent to save my life.
Get out of the way, you idiot.
You sound very American.
Yeah, I'm American.
Get out of the way.
We'll leave that at that, shall we?
Actually, I can do a very good Liam Lawson impression. Get out of the way, you fucking idiot. No, get out the fucking way. There you go. That's my sort of Oceania accent.
All in favour of execute Amber Little to make way for. I'm joking. I'm not doing that. If you want to talk about that, then you can. I don't mind.
What?
The alter ego.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about that.
We're not talking about that. I'm gonna take a clip of this and just like promote it on the fun mic.
Sure. Sure.
Take the absolute mick at you.
Yeah. I mean, probably should.
To an extent.
Probably should, because as far as I'm aware, I've only sold one ticket.
One ticket?
One ticket.
Hey, one ticket's one ticket, alright?
Yeah. For the last show on the week of the weeks.
For those that don't know, Amber's doing commentary.
Commentary, yes.
A comedy. What the hell am I talking about? Amber's doing comedy at the Perth Fringe, aka the Knockoff Fringe. Basically, Amber's gonna embarrass herself. The
Yeah.
only thing is, if you want to try and find tickets to this, you've got to do the very hard thing of going onto Amber's TikTok page and I'll look for her videos to figure out what her name is. Her name's different, comedy, for some
Yeah.
reason, because she's weird. Anyways, I
Look.
think it's time to ditch McLaren and talk about what else happened in the race. Specifically with Hamilton and Verstappen and most fights again.
I don't know why you're asking me. I didn't watch it. I was too busy watching touring cars.
Watch both of them at the same time, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. Well, don't we call you ma'am?
Only when you're over 18, Aaron.
What? That makes no sense.
Those are the listeners and the viewers who know that they'll understand. If you know, you know. 10 out of 10. Great commentary, Aaron.
Yeah, great. So yeah, F1 was interesting to say the least. Lando Norris wins.
Ugh.
That's really what title again. I've called it now.
Sorry.
Ah,
That was an involuntary reaction to that.
yeah. But for the meantime, we'll try F1. The bin. Sorry, man.
No, put Lando Norris in the bin.
Put McLaren in the bin, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's a fair.
Yeah, probably.
Speaking of,
anyways,
what do you think?
no, while we're on that was already good. I love McLaren in my life.
Just while we're kind of on the subject of F1 and McLaren, what do you think of the rumours of Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri swapping?
Absolute malarkey.
No?
No, I don't think it's happening.
You
I
wouldn't-
think if Verstappen's going to go anyway, it would try go to Mercedes.
I mean, McLaren are using a Mercedes engine, so
Yes, but McLaren is quick. If I'm Verstappen, I'm not going to McLaren. The fourth fastest car in the grid.
true. But if McLaren are paying me more than Mercedes are offering.
No, but the thing is, though, when you look at it, right, if he's going to move, he'll move to McLaren and get paid less in the promise of a better car, which they can't give him at the moment, right?
Yeah,
If he
at
moves to
the
Mercedes,
moment.
he'll probably get paid less and less, right? But he's going to be in a championship winning car, you know? And that's the sort of argument comes in of, if he's going to leave, he'll go to Mercedes. You know?
Yeah.
Red Bull will get paid tons to be there, but,
Yeah.
you know?
I just wanted to see Oscar Piastri in a Red Bull, okay?
Yeah.
Although,
Ain't
you know,
happening.
yeah, although McLaren have come out and said, you know, there is no truth to these rumours. I think Oscar Piastri is doing what he did to Alpine all those years ago, just not telling them anything. Obviously, he did not tell Alpine that he had signed a contract with McLaren.
Yeah.
So, I think or Mark Webber didn't tell Alpine that Oscar had signed a contract with McLaren, so I think that could be the kind of situation we're dealing with here. But who knows? Speaking of signings and Formula E signings, because it's literally just popped up back in my brain, Citroën have announced they are keeping their driver pairing of Nick Cassidy and Jean-Eric Vergne for 2027, going into the Gen 4 era. So that's really fun. They've done well together this year. I think Nick has obviously done a little bit better than Jev, in my opinion. And I believe, obviously, Nick has had a couple of podiums. And I believe in Tokyo, he got a win after their team principal sadly passed away. So I think that's a good pairing and keep them together. That's the only news, sort of silly season news, if you will, that's come out of Formula E. But of course...
And Dan picked a winner in Tokyo as well. Watch that.
Oh my god. Can we talk about that strategic masterclass from Dan Ticktum?
I'm also the final 10 laps, also Ticktum win.
So, basically, the last sort of 10 laps, he had told his engineer to tell Jake Dennis, who was leading at the time, that he wanted them to work together to keep the third and fourth cars away from them, to kind of keep a space and make sure that they do keep that 1-2. On the last corner of the last lap, Dan Ticktum, man with the biggest brain, decides he's done with this teamwork between him and Jake Dennis, and he overtakes Dennis and wins. Literally, last corner, about in Formula E cars, about 5 seconds away from the finish line, overtakes him, wins. And I'm like, that is just a masterclass.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we know Dan Ticktum's still Dan Ticktum. Does anyone Dan Ticktum in the race? He's got to be a final goal.
Yes, but I appreciate that strategic play of You tell your opponent, you tell the person you're in a battle with, right, I'm not going to fight you. We're going to work together for the last moment to just go, yeah, I'm done, bye.
Yeah.
And just
So, I went on to the bikes at Knockhill for just a minute. Honestly, I don't watch any of the races. I watched some of them. I watched the 300s, which were good races there.
Amber has no idea about this, so she's just going to sit quietly.
Yeah. So, first of all, your man got his first on-track action. I know. Very, very proud of myself. I actually moved up. I don't know if that was it. So, hold on. Wait, actually, give me a minute. Amber, entertain up for 2 seconds.
This is the part where I say you technically don't sweep up an oil spill, put the cement dust down and you brush the cement dust into the kind of... Anyway, he is but a baby Marshall. We will let him off. Still do it, yeah.
Right, I'm back. Okay, right. So, we had a big engine failure. Okay. Coming down Southend Street, just after the Beesonsville Bridge.
Were you going clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Anti-clockwise.
Okay.
So, boom, out of nowhere, look out the window, the smoke is so thick you can't see post one, but I'm after that. Yeah. Obviously red flags instantly. So yeah, they're all on track, going on to see where it is. It blows up just before post one and goes into just the entry and curve for the hairpin. So quite a bit.
Yeah.
So they're going to walk in there to check out damage, and the chief marshal has to be like, oh, come on then. All right, fine. I think that was a souvenir from this engine, right? Do you see the souvenir?
Sure. What is that?
Part of the engine.
Is it?
Yes, I'm being dead serious. Part of the engine.
Jeez, tiny.
For the audio listeners, this is about surface size of about centimetre Yorkie.
Probably about the size of a 5-pence coin, if that.
Yeah, just about the size of a 5-pence coin. Bit smaller, but
anyway, you get the idea.
Failure. The oil, he didn't actually spill much oil, to be fair. It was only from post 10 to entry curve for the hairpin. Well, spilled. So sweeping all that up, that was pretty easy. But fun at the same time. And I made a big crash as well later on in the day, but that is a bit too
graphic,
extreme, I would say, to talk about it. Long story short, side of the big crash, the driver, the passenger.
Oh, it was a sidecar?
Yeah, it was a sidecar. So the driver was fine, the passenger went a bit flying. Luckily, he's only dislocated something up on the top here. I'm not sure what dislocated, but dislocated something.
I mean, that's
the
best outcome in that scenario in the grand scheme of things.
I've seen the replay of that. It's not great, but luckily everyone's alright to an extent. So, God knows how, to be honest, but hey, everyone's alright. That's the important thing. End of the day. But we're moving forward into this podcast now. It's for our time. We would talk about a lot of random stuff, so we'll probably cut that a bit. So we got to some more interesting stuff to talk about, which we've got like a list of episode ideas. We're going to post time lapse of recording an episode of our life. Let's see if it's still recording there. It's okay, good. So you get
you get about an hour of us trying to decide what the hell we're going to talk about, and then about 2 minutes.
So you
in
see
the
list of it. So we're going to talk about one ideas had a while ago when we first started out for that sort of idea, but it's not last to the actual first of that. So this one is, should STV pick up more local motorsport action like from Knockhill? And sort of that question.
Yeah.
So
I would say yes, but with the caveat of, if I remember correctly, Father's Day last year, they showed touring cars on STV. And that's the only time I've ever seen STV pick up really anything motorsport related that wasn't like in the news, that they added on to their PM news program. Because I know Knockhill gets mentioned quite a lot on STV, but that's it. It's typically only talking about, I think the last time they were mentioned, it was the 50th anniversary meet for cars rather than bikes.
It was mentioned on the kart track. It was something about the karting track on BBC News a while ago, which I've not know what about, but
fast.
But yeah, just talk about when much we broadcast STV stuff. I think personally it would be really cool, but then issues come with obviously Knockhill live stream some stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
And also where the hell's it getting live streamed?
Yeah.
Like
YouTube.
Yeah, it'd be better on like the SB app or something like that. But end of the day, it'd be very difficult, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I know the likes of Ferrari Challenge and even I think GB3, they will show their live streams on Sky Sports F1. And it's just thrown in between sort of F1, F2, F3 academy sessions, just kind of fill that time. And I don't know if this is because of it, but obviously Sky Sports F1 is a paid channel. You need to pay to access that. So I don't know if that would have anything to do with it. because obviously SMRC, most, if not all of our championships are self-funded. Obviously, some people have sponsors, but that's not going to take the full cost into account. So I don't know if there would need to be a deal where I don't know exactly how much money a stream or a TV program makes, but for example, for every pound that the STV makes off of viewership, they need to give at least 70 pence to Knockhill, and then, or however they would split it, 70 pence to Knockhill, 20 pence to the drivers, or whatever. I don't know how it works
Well,
out.
see, the thing is, no, right? In what
Royalties and
world
all
are
that.
FTV giving out that much money?
Exactly.
Leaving 10p for themselves. I think it'd be more realistic if with money like that, it was like 50p, but
Yeah.
that not kill divvy that up between drivers. But then even then, like, look at it. Let's say they made like 200
Not
quid off
much.
stream, right? And
Yeah.
let's say so 25% of that goes to not kill, and not kill divvy up between drivers.
Yeah.
How many drivers have you got driving on a typical SMRC KMSC weekend?
There's 32 in the Legends.
34.
34, sorry.
On a good weekend.
Yeah, a good weekend.
About 30 in the C1s last weekend.
Yep. 6 or 8 in Fiestas.
No, it was like 10 in the Fiestas, I think.
Or 10 in Fiestas.
10 in Fiestas, 10 in
10 in Minis.
That's 33 SMRC cars, all the SMRC are there for the weekend.
Yep.
Because Classic will come one weekend, don't they?
Yep. And you've got Classic Sports and Saloons, which is very rare. You've got not Super Lap Scotland, Motorsport, which again is a small
that's
class.
22-ish, let's say.
Give or take. As Aaron drops his fidget toy
he's
on the floor.
Right, so let's see. So you've got 34 plus 33, that's 67. 67. And then you get 24 on top of that, let's say.
Yeah.
25 actually, because around 25-ish for Motorsport, we'll say.
Yeah.
And then that is a little bit of math second, 72, 92. So that's 92 plus SLS, let's say. So that's about 100 cars.
Yeah.
So you get 25% of 100. That's 25 quid.
Yeah.
Not going to take half of that. So that is £12.50 to go between drivers.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because how do you split £12.50 between 100 people?
See, what you do is you don't do that at all, and you live stream an event, and the sponsors, when they're pitching sponsors in this, they say, well, I'm to live stream the SCV, and you pay more to sponsor the car. And then that's so you get the money out of it. But I reckon if STV did it, it would be really good, and it would be brilliant for Scottish Motorsport. The issue is there a demand?
Do you want just for it to be geo-locked to Scotland? Because that's SCV. STV is just geo-locked to Scotland. So would it be better going on ITV, which is...
Well, see, the issue with ITV is no, right?
But obviously they've got touring cars and a couple of others. I
think if you geo-locked it to STV, it wouldn't be great, but it would be acceptable.
Yeah, it's a start. Yeah.
No, it would be interesting, to say the least, if we got it on, because I think it'd be great, because if the issue with me with the current tunes I get is, if you look back to the 2022 mini Cooper Cup season finale, Michael Weddle wins it in clockwise, in the rain, he wins the title, right? It's a brilliant race. I went back to watch it. It's a great race.
Absolutely incredible drive, by the way. And we're not just saying that because he's a friend of the show. But... When
you go back to look at that, the graphics that the SMRC have got for that race are quite good, to say the least. They've got that live town on the left. It's quite good. The commentary sound excited at it. It sounds like they want to be there. Yeah. When not kill stream sometimes, you're watching it. Like you're watching it back, and the coverage on it ain't great. Like the camera work, they're pointing to it like the anti-clockwise meet you had at the start of the year. They had a camera angle for between Clarkson and Chicane, which is like barely showed you the track. It was like over the hill, and you could barely see anything. And the commentary, it was good commentary, but the sort of voice behind it, sort of the excitement wasn't there. I would say. So I think if you just brings up a little bit, it could be so much better, So
I wonder, in that case, I've talked to one of the guys who was dealing with the live stream at the first meeting of the year. He has got an earpiece listening. He had an earpiece listening to what the commentators were saying, and he has to follow what the commentators are saying. Like, he can't say if he sees a big accident. We were going anti-clockwise. I was at as you'd come into the hairpin, post 9. regardless of whether he sees a car shovel off into the gravel or 2 or 3 cars shovel off into the gravel, if the commentators or the commentary team hasn't noticed that and isn't talking about it, he can't focus on it. He has to ignore the pile-up that's happened in the gravel trap and follow the rest of the cars.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it would be more, this is obviously for Knockhill to decide, but I don't know if it would be better. Obviously, like, have a couple of cameras listening to what the commentators are saying, but have another 2 or 3 at the pinch points in the circuit, which we all know are the hairpin, Clarks, and Duffus and McIntyres. Those are the main areas where accidents happen.
And Clarks, you can see the chicane from as well.
Exactly. So have a couple of extra cameras there, and if you can, obviously live stream it with the cameras that are following what the commentators are saying, but maybe put up an edited version of it with all camera views, and have Dr. Robert Johnson or Duncan Vincent, when he's not exploring the world, have them talk over it. Have them commentate over it.
They have done that before.
Yeah.
I think Duncan Vincent has done it before. Generally, what you're saying, they've exactly done that before. It just seems to take a bit of life out of it. Like, when you watch back a broadcast, you can tell when they've been commentating it live time and when they've been commentating it when they don't know what happened.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's the difficult part, is obviously having the iconic voice of Dr. Robert Johnson and David Vincent trying to not let them see the race, if that makes any sense. Like, tell them, take this weekend off, let whoever commentate over this, so that during the week you're fresh and you can react to it like it's happening live. But that, it's a difficult one, because I think someone who isn't there and is seeing this for the first time will be so much more excited, so much more involved than someone who, as you say, already knows what's happened. Like, if you see, I know touring cars, last year or the year before, they would get a driver to commentate over their pole lap. I specifically remember Tom Ingram doing it at Knockhill, I think. And you could tell the difference between David Addison commentating over it versus the driver commentating over it, because they know that they had got pole position. They were very sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not saying Tom Ingram is, but some of the drivers they did have doing it were very dull, and turn left for this corner, turn right for this corner kind of thing. So you need someone who doesn't know what's going to happen and is seeing it live. For example, get a car marshal to commentate over a recording of a bike meet, or vice versa.
Well, seriously, if the car marshal commentates over a bike meet, right? I'm not going to lie, is half the commentary going to be, okay, I don't know what's going on here, but there's a crash.
I mean, but you get what I mean. Someone who hasn't seen it, and to get them, those two were just.
I don't get how it's live commentary.
What do you mean?
Like, I think if you want to do a perfect SMRC stream for the facilities they've got, is go to having the scoreboard on the left. Whoever the commentator was in that race, I think he's the lad we've got now. Keep him there, he was great. Photo to 2 mini challenge finals, what I mean. Not mini challenge, mini Cubic Cup, for God's sake.
The Scottish mini challenge.
And then, if you can, use the SMRC camera. Yeah, the SMRC camera. So they can use that live, hopefully, on the feed. And then if you put it in an interesting car, and then a good fight, chuck the onboard camera on. You know? Like, I know Liam Kelso, today he posted a video of his encounter, let's say, at hairpin with the incident, which is quite interesting, to be fair. I mean, I was watching that for assembly, and I half thought Liam was involved. I thought Liam was kind of got turned around.
I was very confused. Sake, man.
Huh?
If it was, I was going to be like, oh, for God's sake, man.
Yeah, but it was a good little race that last as well. Because once they caught it happen, whoa! Through goes Liam Kelso!
Hell yeah!
Comes on the video, just through goes Liam.
Also, speaking of Liam Kelso, he broke the 360 camera cars.
I know.
So,
have we seen that video of me in it as well, by the way?
Yeah. Yes.
Me, you're cursed.
Yeah, I still believe that camera is cursed, right?
Yeah, we'll get cursed.
Aaron, can you explain why the Lee Fisher 360-degree camera is cursed?
So everybody, welcome to SMRC Law, our new segment on the Front of Rifle podcast.
Oh yeah.
This isn't a petrol player. This does well enough, and they will match make it a 10. This is a bit of SMRC Law, so good time to hop on. But yeah, so the SMRC 360 camera is regarded as cursed, primarily by the drivers, but also by the marshals.
Because the drivers call it cursed.
Yeah. Whenever you have the camera in your car, it's a tradition that something goes wrong. You know, like Liam Kelso almost broke it at Croft twice, actually. So Liam at Croft, he had it in his car, started second on the grid, had a spin at turn one, and then dropped last, kept through the field, won the newcomers, and on the lap in, his wheel fell off. You know, so it's just cursed. You know, everyone knows if you've got this much camera in your car, something bad's gonna happen. You know, like Liam's on video turn to the camera while standing in the assembly area going, I don't know word for word, but something along the lines of, by the way, if anything happens to this car during this race, I'm blaming it on the camera and I'm never having it in my car again.
Something like that,
and he won that race, so...
Well,
he
won the newcomers.
Something bad happening to it, no. Like, he was meters away from crash with that. But, I mean,
he won the newcomers. He didn't win the overall race, he won the newcomers cup, which... Well done, Liam. Proud of you.
Yeah, well done, Liam. Yay.
You didn't kill your car at the chicane.
It's sort of just a running joke. Like, it's not every single time camera goes into the car, it's not always going to bad happens with it. There are people that just don't have an incident with it, right? But at the same time, it is very common something will happen. So it's not just a running joke about it, that if you get the SMRC camera in your car, you're cursed.
Yeah.
Like, it would not surprise me the SMRC just strap the camera and don't tell anyone about it.
Yeah.
It's just, they send Aaron on, just like, you're getting Gary Hendry. Go get him.
Just like, getting him.
While he's
not
looking, get it. Oh, do it. Turn it on and just like let him go. No.
That'll be your job before you send him out on his green flag lap.
Yeah.
Just go, hey Jerry, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good. Listen, have you taken the pin out of your fire extinguisher? Yeah, okay, good, and just go. All right, you're good to go. All while you've just
pretty
stuck.
Much the conversations of somewhere anyway, so I'll be honest.
And you're just while you're sticking your head in, you're like just stick.
I need to go on to Michael Weddle's YouTube to see if all of the videos from his races yet, because he had the camera on the back of his car. I've been told the mini slot on the Friday before the July meet. I think it was on Saturday, because I think it was Scott was talking to us. Don Scott. So, is the camera on the back of his car on? And he was like, yeah. So I was leaning to knock it about. Because this is what happens to December. Like, you're waiting like the 5 minutes between their ball and a green flag. You know, start just talking about them, you know? Lewis, he heard that, but he didn't.
Lewis, this is why we need him on the banking doing proper work.
Yeah. I get bored. I'm joking. Assembly's pretty fun. I get free hats at Assembly. Look, BRSCC hat. First play podium hat there. It's quite neat. I've also got, this is just really random tangent now, I was at the Scotland-Fiji game in the rugby. And your man found out you could get stuff for £1. So I now identify as slightly Fijian. I need to figure out where this is. Here we go. And then I got this for free. So
nice. So you're telling me I have drank your water?
Yeah, I'm just Fijian this way.
For those of you who are unaware, I'm holding up an empty bottle of Fiji water. And
yeah, I'm holding a bottle of Fiji water. I'm wearing a Fijian necklace with white flowers on it, and also holding a Fijian flag. This is a motorsport podcast, by the way. Don't even do motorsport.
Yeah, we're just talking about...
Yeah.
I failed geography in high school, so I've got absolutely no idea where Fiji is. It's an island somewhere.
It's in the middle of the Pacific.
So yeah, somewhere.
So, yeah.
Somewhere.
Fiji is an island far, far away, and they have very good rugby players, and they're very big rugby players. I'm wearing this for the rest of the podcast now. It's quite comfortable, to be honest. I've only got like a couple minutes left of the podcast anyways. But yeah, so
that is the SMRC 360 camera lore.
Yeah. Above the law for the SMRC.
Yes. I'm trying to think, is there any other... Pork pies? Well, that's just like marshalling lore in general.
Yeah, pork pies. If you bring pork pies on post, expect them in the day.
If you eat a pork pie on post, then you will... Okay, I am an expert in the pork pie lore because I'm constantly bringing pork pies. So, you've got two kinds of pork pies. You've got a short-acting pork pie, which means you eat it and then the next session something will happen, or even you'll just have the safety car or the clerk of the course screw it into your gravel trap. You know, something will happen. Or you've got a long-acting pork pie, which is you eat the pork pie and then nothing happens for a couple of hours, but then you have a big one. Like a big one. That is the cause.
So did
That
you
is.
pork pie at 6 a.m. on 12:10? The day Kelsey's crashed at 9 a.m.
I did. Did I?
Come on, how do you know you ate several months ago on a certain day at a certain time? Come on, Amber, you're better than this. I had toast.
What did you eat 7 months ago?
Toast.
What did you eat this morning?
Toast.
There you go. Toast is your default answer.
I eat toast.
No, I did not eat a pork pie. That was Liam's own fault. Sorry, Liam.
Own fault. Oh my
Yes.
god, you can't say that. That's disgraceful.
Liam ate a pork pie, and it was his own fault.
Well, see, the thing is, right? Pork pies are trapped crashes. So you eat a pork pie and the one in the car.
Is that then
Anti-crash?
Yeah.
No, you have somebody have to crash into you.
There you go.
There we go. Stop
There
that.
you go. We'll have to get Michael or Ben from the Scottish Legends. We did an interview with them last week. Check out that episode. It is hilarious.
Yeah,
it's probably one of my favourites. We need to get them to test it out, not at touring cars.
Why would you get them to test it?
We're going to get them to not at touring cars because they both deserve a good weekend at touring cars. But next time, get them to test it out. Get them to eat a pork pie before their race and see what happens. See if it gets rid of the Marshall pork pie curse or just doubles it. Doubles it and gives it to the next person.
The entire Legends field is an absolute nightmare. There's a massive incident. All Legends crash into one, and then the Amber Bottle can be blamed for it.
Aaron, that's just every meeting with the Legends.
Yeah, everyone. That's a Sunday final in April. That was a very interesting one. Oh, they made it through turn one. Oh, no, they ain't.
No, they haven't. Honestly.
That was an interesting day.
Honestly, and I've said this to Ben and Michael, and I will say it to any Legends driver that I come across. Every single marshal, whether you're a flag marshal or an instant marshal, will hear the starter go, race start, and we've all got our little radios that we can hear race control through, and different posts around the circuit. We all wait with bated breath, typically as they're coming round into post 3, which is Duffus into McIntyre's. We all wait with bated breath until we hear, for example, race control to post 3, car such and such is in the gravel and can't get himself out. Or, you wait for post 6 to say it. Or post 9. It's
not like this. You hear them go by the start finish straight. Part 6 race control even, cars number blah 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 blah. Track limits.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's always either car such and such has crashed or car track limits. So we all wait for bated breath for that first radio call of a Legends race. And every single time, if we get like 2 or 3 laps without no one making a radio call, I genuinely start to get nervous.
Yeah.
Because I know that they're behaving and that's not them. They don't behave.
It's always terrifying the first 2 laps of Legends race at assembly because we tend to wait a lap before we call people down. And after the first lap's done, we'll sit there for a second, wait for like 10 seconds, nothing comes over. All right, call them. They get called, and it's the second they call them, both through the race control. It's always the same thing.
Always the way.
Whenever something is red flag worthy, it's always just having to call them. Isn't it? The reason we wait a lap is because you get fields at Legends where it's like a lap of chaos before you get started to the race.
Yeah.
So better to rate, not called early.
Yeah. So, and you'll always see flag marshals and light panel marshals. You'll always see them because I have done it myself. You will see them. They've got both yellow flags, or the flag marshals have both yellow flags in their hands. The light panel marshal will have his thumb over the yellow button, and someone else, typically your incident marshal, will be holding on. Will have the safety car board lifted up, waiting, because I tell you. But that's why we love the Legends, because if an incident gets to the point where they need a red flag, if you're not the marshals dealing with it, you can sit down, you can have a break, you can have a rest.
I love a bit of control chaos. Like assembly's a bit of control chaos. It's brilliant. I think Legends is exactly that. There's no better way to describe Legends than control chaos. But sometimes a bit out of control chaos, but most of the time they're pretty good at controlling the chaos. So It's just one championships that just screams Scottish motorsport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't really beat it. I don't know.
No. So I'll admit, I'm nervous for next week with it being touring cars, and they're obviously on the touring car package. They did have a couple of incidents at Alton, but that's because new circuit to them and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. I know
But
Alton with a final, they had something. Oh no, what? Right, sorry, let's talk about Alton. What really annoyed about Alton, right? They didn't broadcast the Scottish Legends final.
nope.
I was sat here on telly, like, touring cars are done. Legends final, come on, let's have it.
Yeah, I was waiting for it as well.
Okay, ad breaks. Okay, the race has just started. Also, on ad break. I sat there for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, no broadcasting this.
Yeah.
Like, that was a joke. And there's no
Yeah.
broadcast final for Legends this year. They'll just crash out.
Yeah.
So I'm working on Sunday anyways. Yeah.
But because obviously Knockhill, home circuit, they know it. They know all of the sort of tips and tricks for going around Knockhill fast. On a normal SMRC KMSC weekend, it doesn't really matter, cut the chicane, do this, do that. It's a bit more relaxed than touring cars. However, obviously this year we've got the automatic track limit detectors. They're basically like these sort of traffic speed cameras that sit and they're pointed directly at. I was at Post 6, which is Clark's, last year, saw it. It was pointed and zoomed in on the curb. So it knew the millisecond someone went over and sent it straight up to race control, and then they did their own penalties and all that. Saves the judge a fact. But because all these legend drivers know all these tips and tricks, and judging off of the last meeting where I was again at Post 6 at Clark's and saw how many legends decided to take track limits, do I think they will be on their best behaviour?
No.
Race 1. Yes. Race 2, race 3, race 4, the rest of them, no.
I think Saturday they'll behave themselves.
Yeah.
Sunday, when they're live on TV,
different match.
Yeah, completely different story. You best believe it's going to be war on that track.
Yeah. Now, we will get a safety car, I don't think we will go to red flag because obviously we're TV timings. Saturday is a little bit different because we've only really got to fit around the qualifying and then qualifying race. Qualifying race is new this year. I don't know how it works, but obviously that's
qualifying race, as far as I'm aware, what they're doing is touring cars will go out for qualifying.
Mhm.
They'll come back in. They'll stay in the pit lane, find out the grid, and grid marshals will do it.
Okay.
So get like round on the lap, and the grid marshals do it. So
There you
it
go.
should be quite good. It should be quite easy.
Yeah, but because we've only got part of the afternoon, we'll call it part of the afternoon, live streamed. Legends, I believe, are on in the morning, or at least one of their races are in the morning on Saturday.
Yeah.
So they can cause as much chaos and as much carnage as they want to in the morning, and we can have a red flag, we can have a long safety car period, yada, yada, yada. But obviously on Sunday, things are different. We need to go to TV timings. So this race needs to start at this time and end at this time. And it's obviously all put down to the marshals. If we do have an incident on track, we are told by race control, who I can hear it in her voice. She absolutely hates saying it, but she will say, "Can we hurry this up, please?" Or something along the lines of, "Yeah, just get that car pulled into Rallycross and get back on post as soon as possible." Like, I know the race control lady, who I will not name because I don't know if she wants to be named, hates saying that. She hates rushing us, but she has to do it because she'll have Toka's race director, on her shoulder, bugging her, saying, "This needs to be faster, we need to move this on." So that's the one, if you are considering marshalling touring cars as on the banking marshal, like a flag marshal, incident marshal, whatever, that is the one thing I will warn you about, is Toka are very strict when it comes to times, and you'll hear it in race control, you'll hear it in the race control messages. Like, you'll have a car that's spun off into the gravel and you're not entirely sure the status of the driver, so you'll call for a safety car, as we're obviously taught. You'll get told no until someone from Toka looks at it, and then they decide if we put out the safety car. It's not like a normal Knockhill club meeting, where I can ask, did you just turn on your Xbox? I can say to race control lady, "Hey, I've got car such and such in the gravel. It doesn't look like it's going to move. Can I have a safety car or a session stop or whatever? Stop playing Forza Horizon." Well, I'm
I'm
yapping.
trying to turn it off. Right. Q1, I'm looking at Riverside right there, right? This is not addiction, okay? So I pressed several times, so you know I'm just sat on my own screen, right? Go.
Jesus Christ. And we were given as much time as obviously we're allowed in an SMRT meet or club meet. But as I say, Toka are different and they want everything to be done perfectly. If an entire day goes by, the perfect touring car meet, or when it comes to. Sorry, I'm yapping now. I'm rambling now.
Yeah, you are yapping quite a lot.
I mean, hey, you've yapped. I get to yap. The perfect in Choka's eyes, and I'm not bad mouthing them in any way, shape, or form. Please don't take me off of the marshalling. Please don't take me off of marshalling Knockhill next week. I have put too much time and effort into it. They want the perfect meeting to be like, bang, this session's done, that session's done. No track furniture gets moved, no nothing, no crashes, no gravel to sweep up, no nothing. That's how they expect every single meeting to run. But as we all know, motorsport, yeah, it's Knockhill, but no, motorsport is unpredictable and it's dangerous. So as much as we'd all say, oh yeah, I'd love it if I just got to sit back, relax, do nothing all day. But you and I both know, Aaron, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, no,
We
of course
want
not.
it.
I mean, even in assembly, like, not everything goes perfectly, you know? You
Yeah.
have days where, like, it's weird.
Did you get a new recording track created, a new recording track started due to changes in your devices?
Yes, for you. On that note, even in assembly, you know, cars are going the wrong place occasionally, you know, you got to try to fix that out, like, no, let's go there, you know? That happens, you know, we're not perfect,
Yeah.
but everything gets well in the end. But I think I'm going to end it here before Amber crashes her computer.
I know, I'm back, I fixed it.
You fixed it? You still want to end it here? We've got them for an hour and a half now.
Oh, an hour and 15 minutes, but yes.
Shut right. That's enough, man.
Are you
Right.
sick of me already? Wow, okay, I see how it is.
Right, yeah, shut up.
I will be there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want to come see me on the Friday, because Saturday and Sunday I will be out on post and I will not talk to you.
Go distract Amber and Paul. She won't get in trouble at all.
Lewis, you heard that right. It's his fault.
Hopefully, it's a successful and safe weekend also.
Yes. Need you at my post again for the third year.